Anyway, it's a great honor to be here to present my study in front of my advisor, Dr. Christina David. PPT, coming? Yes. Anyone is, I think, working on this? Oh, yeah, it's here. I'm going to talk about rural transformation in China and also to other different countries. It's a go this way or another way. Let's honor our Dr. Christina David. Excuse me, can I? Okay. As I said, I dedicated this presentation to my esteemed mentor, Tina Han, to honor her important contribution to economic development and food policy, and also thank her for her continued nurturing me and guiding me in writing academic paper. That these two papers in AJAE and EA, when I was a PhD student, come from my thesis 2 chapter and under her guidelines. And she and I left Erie, and still continue working with me in a cultural and food policy in Asia. In 1996, we published paper together in rights, political, economic rights, price protection in Asia, in EDCC. When I back to China, nor go to US, so I back to China. I initiated I launched a Center for China Agricultural Policy. It's in 1995. He has been the board member of CCAP since the very beginning. I see many these people in this beside Tina K also here, and later I see also our member of board. And we also have good our family often eating together, playing together. Besides we are hard working. We spend some time to go out to see some nice place. And my presentation, as first start what economic growth in China, how transform, and what are major driving force. I was going to talk about a major challenge of facing how government responds to this change. Then I compare China transformation with other Asian countries, try to come out some important finding. Finally, I make a few concluding remarks. But before I going to tell you how China transformed its economy and culture in past 4 decades, let me remind you that China is about nearly 20%, 80% of world population. We only have 6% of global fresh water, 9% of cultivated land. And you might quite concerned how China can provide food for its growing demand. But let me give a 3 number. Under low-risk population declined from 23% in 1990 to 2020, it's less than 2.5%. I think now probably only 1%, even less than 1%. And stunting rate under 85 also reduced from nearly 1/3 in 1992 to only 3% by 2020. And rural poverty eliminated in 2020. China, we don't want to say have poverty there, but we want to solve low-income people how to increase income. But how can achieve this? Achieve in this full scale in the poverty reduction? As I want to if you only give me one answer, as a cultural growth rate, it's rapidly in past 4 decades. Annual growth rate is more than 5%. In the meantime, the rapid inclusive rural transformation for the country that's 1.4 billion people, a growth rate for more than 5%. I think this is very few countries can do like that. How can do this? Of course, any country in Asia like China have to deal with grain security, with food security in Asia. Many countries rice security, grain security. Here, so in past 4 decades, grain production more than double, and where are come, of course, it comes from year growth. Indeed, any our grain have declined a little bit, declined few percent. And over past 4 decades, China allocated additional 10% of annual for non-grain commodity, cash crop, livestock, fishery, and that make agriculture grow much faster than grain growth. This show you how annual growth rates for different commodity over in past 4 decades. Grain production in red one, annual growth to 2.1%. That was more than twice growth rate of population. So China was able not only get self-sufficient in many commodities, in like rice, wheat, and in some things also maize. And they allowed additional land for cash crop, livestock, fishery production, and that grow much faster. That's why agriculture grow in real terms more than 5%, 5.4%. And this is just part of the story, which increasing productivity in agriculture, particular labor productivity, more people moving off agriculture. Rural labor, more than 40 years ago, only less than 10% of people working off-farm or non-farm activities. Now it's more than 85% of rural labor working full-time or part-time in farming. This growth in agriculture plus off-farming employment, that make agriculture income growth nearly 20%, 20 times from 78 to 2020 in real term. And this growth also, that's what not only increase income, but also improve national household food security. It's hard now to find in China, rural people cannot feed themselves. I said, here there are many kind of transformation in China, moving from grain economy to high value agriculture. I think this is a very important implication not only for China or for other Asian countries. We are rice, and rice. China also grain also important, grain. But you look at the 40 years from 78 to 1978 to 2018, when we started reform, about half of agriculture in China is grain economy. Every 10 years, it's increasing for non-grain economy. And then now most of our province, non-grain economy in agriculture more than 80%, about 1/3 of province non-grain agriculture economy is more than 90%. I think this is make significant change, make farmer income keep growing, which with certain level of grain production, we move to non-grain economy. In the meantime, I mentioned the other rural transformation is rural labor employment. In 1978, when China started reform, on average less than 10% for most of province working off farm. But every 10 years, it's increasing significantly over time. And that may help farmer to increase their income. Of course, rural transformation cannot happen without a significant structural transformation. In China, we see the conversion of agricultural GDP and employment for every province. Each point is one province. This agricultural GDP, this agricultural share of employment in economy changes over time. The third line is the difference on this line. You see, which income we increasing in the needs share, agricultural GDP, agricultural employment share are converging. That means agricultural productivity, our neighbor, is approaching the industry. That make narrow down our income difference between farming and non-farming. And those, I think, present you some figure which is happening in China. Indeed, in past 4 decades, China has moving classify a 4 state. Start from 1978. That time was primarily on stable food production. Before until early 1990, then with productivity increasing, we moved to diversification, commercialization, and then later we moved to farming, non-farming, and now we move to more grain security, to high value agriculture. In the meantime, also move to China called integrated rural urban development. And recently, we also say we move to green agriculture. And this movement is happening every province. And this focus just horizon one, left one is share our high value agriculture, right one share our non-farm employment for rural neighbor. Vertical one is per capita income. I think it just clear. So if a country, if a province, if a district want to increase farming income, we have to facilitate rapid rural transformation within agriculture and help people move out of agriculture to industry service sector. That's, I would say, key experience China gained in the past 4 decades. And that is experience is not only for farmer income, also rural poverty reduction. Again, left side is share our high value agriculture, right side is share our rural neighbor employment in non-farm. Vertical indicators rural poverty insistent, and we have 3 levels because before 1990, China poverty line is less than $1 per day, and the middle one is more than $1. Third one is nearly $3 per day poverty. But I think the figure so clear picture of rural transformation within agriculture and moving out of agriculture to all farm employment, significant correlating with rural poverty reduction. And we do econometric analysis, so same story that really have positive impact to reduce rural poverty. Now, how has rural been transformed in past 4 decades in these four states? I think I wrote about 50 papers about how China moving from 1978 to now in international journal. But here just show you a few key important driving force. When we started reform in 1978, irrigation, that time it's roughly about more than 40% irrigated, and then when we reform, they move to 50% are irrigated. We have good irrigation infrastructure. Of course, in the middle one, so you're importing our institutional reform, non-reform, located non-collective, non to each household equity. Every household gets the same amount by population, and every household they solve food security issues. Within 5 years of reform from 79 to 84, in middle rice we made TOP increased by 50%. 5 years TOP increased by 50%. And 50% of farmers in China get out of poverty just in early 1980. Just one institutional reform. Meantime, of course, China Green in the revolution started as 1996, continue expanding hybrid rice, crop rotation, and others made and increasing chemical fertilizer. That helped farmers continue to increase in the productivity. So institutional rice have good infrastructure, irrigation, and then have technology marketing variety together with chemical fertilizer use, have significant rise in productivity. Within 10 years, China moved to second stage, diversification of commercialized agriculture. How to diversify the commercialize, because diversification, commercialization, big problem is agricultural market, wholesale market, no infrastructure, and a huge amount of investment in late 1980, early 90, invested in no construction. The soldier, 100 soldiers in the wholesale market established. That's a tip. Took a picture in late early 1990 until early this year. Yeah. The first one is village. When farmers plant vegetable, you don't have market to selling, so village need to create a place in the village to help farm bring vegetable to here, and other people will pick here. And if you have a truck, you can drive your vegetable to the township in the middle. You have big truck that you can drive your vegetable through to the county wholesale. And bottom one is the wholesale market in urban area like Beijing. So that's hundreds of the wholesale market link with small farmer to the consumer, and it's hard, difficult to see farmer to have a difficult selling their product. I think this institution change in marketing, the infrastructural development will play very, very important in that state of development. And with commercialization, China and more people available for other activity. We China develop township village enterprise. You can work part-time in farming, part-time on farming. Let's create another job for rural labor. In the meantime, China started marketing, rental market development. The red one sold by 2013, percent of farmers rent out of land. And the blue one shows the percentage of farmers renting in land. So over time, more people rent out the land to less farmers, less number of farmers, to then start consolidation, farm side increasing. Which is, in the meantime, China also has a system. Even farm side, most are less than 1 hectare by 2015, within 80% are machine harvested. And by last year, 100% are rice within maize are harvested, mechanization harvest, 100% land are mechanized cultivated, because the custom is by custom service. The blue one, the bottom one is you hire people to prepare your land, to harvest your land. It's a custom service, very cheap custom service, much cheaper than do you by yourself. Red one, you have own machine. And the top one, green one is still used by neighbor, by others, but later by 2015, when we at this third stage, as I said, now it's 100% all mechanized. Not only this, agricultural productivity continue to FTP continue to increase at about 3% per year. This technology change many companies enable saving technology that increasing. So again, institution change, technology change, investment in machinery all play important for Chinese farmer moving to third stage to fourth stage. But nearly very important is investment in agriculture. This is investment in agriculture forced by irrigation, by government. I heard from RC, the Philippines is going to have, probably going to have a Ministry of Water. That is very important for the different country. But not only China invests in irrigation, indeed, government invests in many infrastructure, including marketing infrastructure, road infrastructure, that make a cultural transformation, rural transformation very fast within 4 decades. That's a government investment in real term over time. It's much faster than farmer income growth. So I have paper to summarize the 40 years of China rural agricultural reform and what are major driving force. I have summarized 4 major key driving force. First, institutional reform in land, water, marketing, very important. And this doesn't spend any piece, any sense of government money. And indeed, they know not only not spend money, but also create huge amount of efficiency gain. Technology change, China technology change, most come from China, and the number of studies show China party growth is more than 60% come from technology change. Marketing reform, also very, very important because you are optimal location of your product within whole big China, within 1.4 billion people. That make every place can subsidize one or two commodity. Only one thing in the environment is invest in a culture. Of course, that's important too. So when we are moving to last stage, green security, then we continue high-value agriculture, move green agriculture, integrated urban rural. So in China, we call it in some rural revitalization. Justin Archon will give focus talk about this rural revitalization. But when we move into this, it's a great story of China transformation in the growth, but indeed, there are a number of challenges China are facing. I summarize three big challenges we are facing. First, farmer income in first 40 years, from 1978 to 2018, farmer increased income is nearly 19 times, but urban income also increased. It's 17 times. In early time, urban income is much higher than rural income. So which the income gap is quite high. Rural income now, urban income is still about 2.5 times higher rural income. That is the government concern about it. And second, food security. We see high growth of agriculture in China, but that growth, or in some have been slower than demand growth, even faster than agricultural growth. So we see food import, red one, have been more than export since last 15 years, and the gap of deficit of food import have been increasing, and that's become quite concerning. And last but not least, environment and the degradation problem. Because past production growth has been at the expense of resource environment degradation. Otherwise, we were not able to grow 5.4% annually for 40 years. We see groundwater falling, so a problem, non-point pollution. That is very big, big challenge for China facing since early this century when we move into fourth stage of rural transformation. So what can China do in the past 15 years or 20 years? First, China decided to move to taxing agriculture to subsidize agriculture in 2004. 2004, before that, agriculture have to pay about 8% agricultural tax to government. Yeah. And then we moved to subsidy. A subsidy started in 2004 have been increasing over time, but China was getting nothing. I put mark here, question mark here, and by 2011, 2012, China find the subsidy is not way to go, too expensive. So China never off top this subsidy in the. And not going up, move to income subsidy. We take 15 years to learn a lesson. Subsidy for millions of small farmers is not going to increase income, but moving subsidy to income support and for R&D investment. China also started market intervention in 2004, but they found again, get nothing. We can't do this again. But so since middle 2010, China stopped market intervention again. But already the policy is try to raise farmer income. Again, investment agriculture, as said, have been continued policy in the past. But even the government has huge investment in agriculture through subsidies, through income transfer from investment, but green security is still a major concern by government. I think this is everything, same thing for the Asian country. So, in 2015, China we call a two strategy: store grain in technology strategy, green, or you can also food in technology. And two indicators I want to just say, China now a huge investment in biotech, in plant breeding, a huge money. Second, China or indeed investment in R&D is seeing the 2013, not 2015, already exceed U.S. as #1 in the world investment across R&D. Let's just show you commitment government to increase food security. The other strategy, store grain in land strategy. China has set a red line of 120 million hectares. You can change it to non-farming activities. That line. Meantime, try to improve quality of land. We call a contraction, a high standard farmland. And start 400 million move, it divide by 15 become 1 hectare. So basically by 2030, nearly 100% all land should be high standard farm land with very high productivity land. And per year, you can produce nearly 20 tons of grain for 2 seasons. That is the target government want to go use technology. Then in China, also only one country issued anti-food waste law, grain security law. I think this law just indication if you not doing something not follow food security policy, you are against the law. And that have a big pressure from local government to invest in culture. If you not invest culture, you are against the law. Like we have law for education. Education is 4% of total GDP. If you less than this, you will get out of office because you're against the law. So we need to try to motivate national and local government commit to food security. Sustainability is another one. Is all the big challenge we are facing, and indeed investment in this sector also significant. In China, we call green agricultural development. First started spend about 500 billion. You divide by 7, about 7 become dollar. Transforming 37 million hectares of slopland. Slope more than 25 degrees, transform to forestry to reduce erosion. The problem. That's a huge investment. Meantime, China will start natural forestry resource protection program by completely stopping commercial logging. Have criticized by some countries that China stop commercial logging and other countries start logging, and we import wood, right? But anyway, that is so the government try a commitment to have ecological protection. Ecological compensation program also trying to reduce grazing intensive, also huge investment. And that slopland to forestry to grassland, and recently moved to cutting land. China have zero growth plan for chemical use technology, training farmer to reduce chemical fertilizer use, and pesticide use. Indeed, China China is #1 fertilizer user, pesticide user, and exciting we see the recently started declining. According to technology important. Okay, now green agriculture, I will quick finish now. And more indeed, national formal policy moving to green agriculture start 27. And fourth program I show you just pioneer program, and this is going to whole rural agriculture program. We set up institution first. Second, go to technology, set up guidelines, then to start a program. So institution get it right. And one important movement, most important movement in 2027, China decided agriculture become mainstream one. Climate change before the war, because agriculture play food security issue. And there's going to be a number of policies to implement how to not low carbon agriculture. So using that, I believe in China government able to solve its key major problem. But let me now get the third part of how comparison China and rural transformation. And left side, I'm sorry, the Weeping also here, the black one here, not the one is China. In 1960, I look at this figure, 1960, Philippines per capita income about 6-7 times higher than China. And then among the countries studied, that's by IFA, I did it for IFA studies, China now is income is much faster than many other countries within that for studying in Asia. Right side also poverty reduction. Every country poverty reduction is also successfully, but some are different. Indeed, the rural transformation happened in not only China, in all Asian countries. Here's on the whole Asian country moving from crop, from livestock, etc. Right side moving into crop, moving from green economy to non-green economy, vegetable, fruit, the other crop. That's happening. But if you look at the country by country, it's very deep. Speak of transformation is different. These three figures of 1980, 1990, in the first 10 years of this century, a percentage of high value agricultural that non-senior product. Unfortunately, Philippines doesn't change much. But I didn't update that until now. I heard it in the same 10 years, Philippines take also increasing non-senior grain production. But this figure, I can create per each country per year how much change from senior grain economy to high value agriculture. That's the original one. Annual change in share of gross value of non-senior product. What you find is poverty reduction. It's slowed down. But I put this one in table later. And I also look at the conversion of share of agricultural GDP and improving Asia. That's what we also see the structural formation also different a lot among countries in Asia. Using that figure, this figure I also draw. Original one is speed of structural formation from agriculture to non-agriculture, vertical and poverty reduction. You see slope go down. Then if country faster the structural formation, faster the poverty reduction because of the increase of farm employment. And putting these two figures, I put in the two indicators now. Non-agricultural, non-green economy growth, structural information. We see in a country, if faster structural formation, faster rural transformation, they get faster poverty reduction. In the plate per capita income, we see the faster growth of income. And the right side and there's empathy. If you are faster transformation in two dimensions, you never get slow growth in economy. Never care about the poverty reduction problem. But in the bottom one, unfortunately, maybe I think I put the right place. Philippines, Pakistan, Bangladesh was in both slow transformation group. But also interesting, if a country have one of two transformations are fast, they get a moderate development. And also, indeed, I work with IFA project here with Mercy and others, with Vietnam, try to see the top one is the point is Philippines. It's at the regional level. In China, it's county provincial level. Blue one is Vietnam, and the red one in China. So at the given level of high value agriculture, you see like three countries, they are in different level, and that means inclusive of different development among the country. But within each country, we do see which moving to high value agriculture. Philippines is reducing poverty reduction in China, and here is Vietnam. So within country, we see the trend split up our high value agriculture reducing poverty reduction. In meantime, we also see the inclusion different, inclusive difference among the slope and level are different among the country. Then we also working off farm rural transformation in three countries. Here is the Philippines, and second is this is China, this is Vietnam. But I think here again just to emphasize importing of rural transformation, moving into high value, importing of rural transformation. What is going on here? I'm finishing. Okay, finish the last cue. Importing our transformation from a cultural to non-cultural sector. The different line that gap is in the institution different between the country. We also look at Bangladesh, China, Indonesia, Pakistan by provincial level. I think we get similar conclusion. I don't have time to go detail, but need just also this. We do see the China is red to blue. And Indonesia now moved to the third stage, and Bangladesh now it started third stage of transformation. Pakistan is now in the third stage of transformation. And so we saw the speed of transformation are different among countries, but every country are moving in this direction, and that's important. Important. Then we also a number of paper empirical to show faster rural transformation, faster income growth, and also faster poverty reduction. Same with everything we get from China empirical study. There's also evidence of importance of IPI institution policy investment to facilitate inclusive rural transformation. Okay, then now it's last concluding. First, facilitating rural transformation and structural formation, labor intensive, high value agricultural transformation is very, very important. High value agricultural compared green economy, you in China, people working 20 days maximum. 15 to 20 days. High value agriculture working 300 days, intensive working. Meantime, with production increasing, then we move out of agriculture. Labor intensive economic transformation should be implemented before rising wages. Second, I also most important point is private institutions policy investment matter. In each stage of development, you need to have set up new institution which policy and investment which help you move to second stage or next stage, not help to you move to last stage. You go too fast. I think Philippines go too fast in 1969, 70 institution, everything, then you weren't able to move. When you climb up, falling down, you never get able to get up. And also advise many developing countries, each region. I said, which you look at the past of stage, then which state you are in. If in third state, then you done working on third state, moving to fourth state. What the most important institution, policy investment, help you move to third state to fourth state. That is most important. So I call the sequence of IPI. It's critical to speak up agricultural productivity growth, rural transformation, population reduction, and income growth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jikun. We know where China is right now, but I think everybody will agree that as we were listening to Jikun's presentation, we cannot help but be in awe with the positive transformation that China undertook. And of course, the major architect of this positive transformation is no less than Jikun Huang himself, a product of UPLB and of course, favorite student of Tina David. Okay, so it's now time for the Q&A. So I'm sure most of you would have questions. Okay, Jim is the self-assigned first to ask question.
Maha assigned me to get things started. So there's this age-old controversy in development economics, starting perhaps with Faye Rannis. There's the idea that agriculture is inherently inefficient with very low productivity labor, and structural transformation is the job of government to protect industry and subsidize the transformation to pull those bad resources or those unproductive resources into the productive sector. And the other view, starting with Jorgensen, was that no, it's really angle effect on demand, human and capital accumulation, innovation, and so that the job of government is to get out of the way and let these forces work. So, of course, I want you to comment on this, but it seems like your view is, well, you're more on the latter school, but then you're saying government needs to facilitate some things because of externalities, public goods. So the government needs to facilitate irrigation, R&D, and maybe some coordination of investments, those kind of things. So could you just comment on where you come down and all that?
Yeah, I think we talk about developing economy, we can get to very early many different argument. I think the China government, I think the opinion or view thinking on agriculture is very important implication for other countries. They consider culture is based on economy. We're not agriculture. China government also believe as Melon and others said, D.G. Johnson said that agriculture growth 1% can help the economy grow to 2 to 3% because agriculture of processing, agriculture marketing, transportation, and food processing. So really government consider agriculture growth 1% is not 1% itself. Agriculture growth can help economic growth more faster because multiple function of effect on this culture. Second, China, I think there are a lot of marketing failure issues. But when we move to diversification, when I visited in Africa, Tanzania, Ethiopia, we Chinese local farmer to grow some more cassava and product. And the first year, okay, second year, and they stop. He said, I can't sell my cassava because if too much cassava, I have no place to store it, no place to sell, no people to come to pick up. So I think a market failure is a very big failure when started diversification, commercialization. And then that's why we need the government coming to have a huge investment in road infrastructure, make commodity moving one place to the other place. Need to set up, we get a loan, also World Bank and also other local government raise funding to have wholesale market, big one, maybe only, but can help local farmer have selling the product. Of course, initial investment in node infrastructure, particularly in marketing infrastructure, you start government, and later they get refunded because you have a market, one counter, you can receive rental payment, then expanded. I think over time, again, Jim, important point, in every state, there always market failure, or market cannot do much better, need the government to get it in. Let me say also, like offer employment. If we're waiting for structural formation in urban area, we need a lot of institutional reform for people moving one place to the other place. And at that time, a government supporting the industry, we need farmer, you invest in the township to have your own industry. And they get a very, very cheap labor. If you have industry in urban, you per day, if $10, if in rural area, it's $1, $2, you can hire people with part-time farming, no farming. In some, I see that over, particularly in different countries, when transforming from one state to the other state, there are a lot of market failure, a lot of things, infrastructure issues, internal issues. That need a government investment and to institutional changes, policy changes. Meantime, agriculture also, we know here all agriculture is not industry, agriculture, environment implication, ecological implication, and many implications. Also, many people, poverty is in rural area agriculture. Another, I think, issue that we need the government to play more important in this sector.
All right. Another question, please. Kay. And then Roel. Yes.
Yeah, Jikun, thank you very much. I'm very impressed with your dynamic presentation. I found a lot of similarities between Japanese agriculture in the past and Chinese agriculture in recent years. So I know what's going to happen in China in future. No, that's just a joke. Not a comment. Like you, I'm concerned with grain security or increasing import of grains. If China continue to increase import of grains, then world grain market will be upset and grain price will go up and all the poor people in the world will suffer from that. So we have to stop the increasing import in China. Why is China increasing import? That is because of inefficiency of grain production on small farms. In Japan, if we look at just the weight of grain, the wheat, 70%, more than 70% is import. And that is because the small farm sites with a very labor-intensive production method. Only average farm size in Japan is 3.5 hectares. That's too small. In Europe, 50. In the US, maybe 100. We have to expand the farm size to 50 hectares or something. So you mentioned in the part-time, in the case of part-time farmers, farm plus of farming, you mentioned development of local land market is important and land consolidation is important. But that is not included in food production, grain production category. But actually, development of the land market and land consolidation are very important for grain production. Why didn't you mention that?
I think I can point out very important point on 2 point. One, food security issue. One is farm size transformation. Indeed, I have a whole lecture on farm size transformation in China. Food concern about food import, but first, China rice is more than 100% self-sufficiency. Storage is about 100% of production. Too much storage, it's 100% production. So rice is fully self-sufficiency for many years. Rice consumption has declining now over time for 10 years. So I don't think China rice import will increase. China export rice might increase. China wheat is full self-sufficiency, more than also 100% wheat self-sufficiency. China wheat yield is twice as US wheat yield per hectare. So yield are still increasing. So wheat consumption in China also start declining by production going up. Our wheat storage is around 90% of whole production. Put the storage because too much production. So I don't think rice we have problem. China made import at about 10%. That's we are like 50. So major import is not made in the soybean. And all other 100 commodities put together, it's only maybe only 5,000. It's in 1/3 of soybean. So only thing make China insecure is feed grain or the protein grain. We import soybean, it's for feed livestock production. So if we, again, China anything can help can treat in the global food security is soybean. Nothing. Maybe later self-sufficient, maybe later will increase a little bit import, but now huge investment in made research try to increase its yield. GMO made commercialized already in China, and the gene editing made now is a lot of technology going on. So another, I believe, only thing commodity was soybean. And China, you try to solve soybean import problems through many different kind of diversification. But protein in China, protein feed in China, it's 95% is soybean. So to diversify to rapeseed, to peanut, to others, in terms of production, also in terms of consumption, the huge animal breeding program try to save protein soybean consumption. They believe a new breeding program on animal, on livestock can save about 50 million metric ton of soybean consumption. But let's say by science, they can within 10 years can so the efficiency our animal breeding, animal feeding can reduce. In some, yes, China is a big country. Even per capita food import in the world is ranked as one about I think 80 is not number one. Okay, per capita import is about I think about 5% Japan per capita import, and about I think 20% are UK import. But total time 1.4 billion, and it's very big, and it's big. And the bigger one, only one commodity soybean. Okay, that's for first one. Second, farm side, I don't have time to present it here in China. China is a big country. You know? I think we can use every farm side as indicator. China, so every side, okay, farm side 10 years ago, 0.5 hectare, and now it's about 1.5 hectare. It's increasing by 3 times within 10, 15 years. But I think this is nothing because South China and North China are very different. Northeast China now it's 10 hectare farm, it's a small farm. They grow grain production, maize, wheat, rice production. So if even in Northeast China, Northeast China about half maize production and another rice production. That if you take 10 hectare, it's a small farm. But if you take 100 hectare, that's okay. It's about it. It's a bigger farm. So we small farmers in South China, farm size is very small, 3.5 hectare. They are focused on horticulture. If we go to Shandong farmer, it's only 0.8 hectare, and every day I did study there. They go to greenhouse, 0.8 hectare, they can earn a greenhouse, grow 3 seasonal vegetables inside. They earn the income much higher than people go to urban area. So China is big. In small farm size, all in South China, and also in South China, they focus on high value agriculture. In Northeast China, and they focus on grain production. You can't find much in horticulture in Northeast China. This diversification is across the region. And then, by the way, there's a big consolidation program in China. I afraid going too fast, moving to bigger farm because still many people working in farming. We need to create job for them, and then many providers promoting. They hire one very smart farmer. They constantly hold a vanity land, and they including farmer side. Efficiency is increasing a lot, but year it's declining. If one good farmer, they plant 10 hectare a year, can go to 10 town. They go to 50 hectare a year because another 10 town become 8 town. Imagine it's falling. So in some China is moving consolidation by region, different region. For grain production, you have to be big farm. For high value agriculture, have to be small farmer. They can operate more than 1 hectare for greenhouse labor intensive production. I believe that trend will continue in the future. I think everything quite follow you said in Japan 10 years or 15 years ago. Only thing this farm side it doesn't follow Japan because I think South China will follow Japan. Small farm side go to high value in the right production in Japan. But North China, Northeast China going to bigger farm to do the grain production.
Okay, can we have the last question, Ruel?
So in 2011, I was in Hebei, and then I was able to observe the big celebration all over China for joining the WTO. And I was wondering, hey, in 2005, we never even remembered that it was the 10th year of our accession to the WTO. So I remember that memory because I saw your diversification in agriculture. And I think it's largely a story of globalization, right? The willingness to engage in global markets, and that made Chinese farmers shift to high-value crops and high-value fisheries, no? So I'm at that time, or even in those years, there must have been large policy debate within China whether we should engage this, give more chance to farmer to earn income, but at the same time we increase dependence on world market for our food. So isn't that a problem? So that's one, how the policy debate in China and how that was how that ran that course. Number two, it's now reverse. It's now the world afraid of its dependence on China. So wondering whether in the future we can still count on this, the gravy train of globalization, or maybe we have to find some alternative course of development.
Yeah, I think a good question. Yes, more than 25 years ago, I know quite many people on WTO, China entering WTO, and many people are afraid China, if join WTO, China because of the club, because farmer size is too small. In the after joining WTO, China export import go together. Only after 2007, 8, soybean. By the way, if the usual import export, you take out soybean commodity, China is net food exporting country. Okay, we are net exporter, only one commodity, soybean. But because China found that soybean in China is not competitive advantage, and the soybean tariff is zero, right? Tariff is almost 1%. You can anything, anytime you can get in. And other rice really made TRQ imported. So China decided to get out, forget one big commodity, and then we focus all 99 commodity sales efficiency. But that's also very risky of one this commodity because soybean has impact on edible oil, the impact on livestock production, and this. But again, if we did not import this soybean, what you agree with China weren't able to move high value cattle. We need, according to we need about 40% new cattle in land just to produce the 100 million tons of soybean. That's impossible. China don't have enough land. And I think this is also why China is very, even agriculture also, we are pushing liberalization, global liberalization. I think it's not only interest in China, also interest in global agricultural transformation, development issues. And what is the second one? But I think maybe if you interview 100 people, maybe 3%, 4% afraid of China. I see when I talk with Brazil, Argentina, and many other countries, they are very, very interested in China because they, like 10 years, 15 years ago, I go to Ethiopia. China imports sesame. Sesame is a very small product in China, right? The whole country start develop. Ethiopia, Tanzania, they become number one commodity export, number one in all commodities, not in agriculture. And they export sesame to China, and they have a foreign exchange rate, they can import the industry technology machine. And I think rising China imports provide a lot of opportunity to other countries to agriculture for transformation, for development. If you consider, I think of course some countries consider China as a trade, but I think majority of countries not consider China as an opportunity to working together.